afternoon. My name is Fred Valdivia. Can you guys all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm the Assistant General Manager for the management company for the Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority. And Frank McGirra is the Operations Manager for the transportation company. So we're here to answer any questions you have about our system and how to get around. But first we want to play a video for you. A video will explain an overall of everything we do, okay? And then we'll get into questions and answers, or if you have any a question now you may want answered before, we'll go ahead and answer it. Okay, we have put out flyers in the back. If you guys afterwards want to get flyers, it's about our whole system, our schedules, our hospital trip that we do 4 days a week to the Boston hospitals. If you have to see specialists in Boston, we do have a bus service that takes you for $15 one way to Boston Monday through Thursday. So we'll explain that bus to you, and also explain the door-to-door service. Frank will explain the door-to-door service. And without any questions, we'll get started. And again, I apologize for being a little late. We had a little bit of traffic.
Were you on the bus?
Yeah.
Might have been here on time if we did.
Hi, I'm Tom Kerr, the administrator of the Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority. Our team is constantly working hard to give the people of Cape Cod and visitors alike a safe, affordable, reliable, friendly, and complete transportation service. Whether you ride to work, to play, or to visit, the Cape Cod RTA can get you there. This short video explains how to ride our buses, our trolleys, and our Cape Flyer train. And remember, we're going your way.
Cape Cod RTA, we're going your way. Welcome to the Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority. This video will show you everything you need to know about utilizing our services to travel around Cape Cod. Whether you're a year-round resident or a first-time visitor, once you discover how easy it is to use our services, you'll see why we say, Cape Cod RTA, we're going your way. The Cape Cod RTA offers affordable, year-round, fixed bus routes that make it easy to travel from one end of the Cape to the other. Our services cater to the transportation needs of families, youths, adults over 60, individuals with disabilities, visitors, and the region's workforce. Each of our buses are equipped with bike racks that can hold up to 3 bikes. Let's start by taking a look at how much it costs to use our fixed route services. Our regular fare is only $2. Adults 60 and over, individuals with disabilities, and children age 5 and younger ride free. The Cape Cod RTA fixed route buses accept dollar bills, coins, and go-cards. If you plan to ride the bus, be sure to bring the exact fare. Our drivers cannot make change. You can easily purchase all one-ride passes, day passes, and 31-day passes right on your bus. Just insert the exact change into the fare box or tap your Go card to receive the pass of your choice. Day passes allow riders to take unlimited rides during a single day. This option is perfect for families, day visitors, and anyone looking to explore Cape Cod. Day passes cost $6, and adults 60 and over and people with disabilities ride free. Want a ride for the month? The Cape Cod RTA offers 31-day passes which allow riders to take unlimited rides for 31 consecutive days. A 31-day pass costs $60, and adults 60 and over and people with disabilities ride free. You can also use a durable plastic Go card that is available at no cost at the Hyannis Transportation Center and from your bus driver. Add money to your card on the bus, the Cape Cod RTA administrative offices located in the Hyannis Transportation Center, or online with the Go Card app. The Go Card acts like a debit card and reduces the value each time you board. Now that you know how affordable we are, let's go over some important information about flagging down a bus. Did you know that you can flag down a Cape Cod RTA bus anywhere along its route except on Route 6 between the Eastham Town Line and Shank Painter Road in Provincetown, simply by standing a safe distance from the side of the road and waving to the driver? In fact, Cape Cod RTA bus drivers are trained to look for riders along their route. Just make sure you're standing on the correct side of the road, so wherever it's safe to do so, just flag us down and hop on board. After all, we're going your way. Now it's time to plan your trip. The Cape Cod RTA provides a variety of year-round services. Fixed route services. Hyannis Crosstown starts at the Hyannis Transportation Center. It travels down Main Street, stopping at Sturgis Charter School, down Bursa's Way to Hyannis Youth and Community Center, continues to Mass Higher, and then heads down West Main Street, stopping at Sturgis West for student pickup and drop-off. Next stop is Star Market and Lambert's Rainbow Fruit Market, stopping at West Main Street and Route 28 with an option to transfer to the Sea Line. Turning right onto 28 to Bursa's Way, and then onto Marshall's at the Cape Cod Mall, across to Panera at the Cape Town Plaza, Addicts Lane, and a stop at Harbor Community Health and Cord. Kohl's at the Southwind Plaza is next before heading to the Festival Mall and the Super Stop and Shop at Liberty Square, with a final stop at the Village Green Apartments. Once it gets to the Village Green Apartments, it turns around and follows the same route back to the Hyannis Transportation Center. It is the one bus that leaves every hour on the hour. You can request pickup or drop-off from one of our on-request locations. On-request stops include BJ's Wholesale Club, Social Security Office, Everly Apartments, Gosnold, Strawberry Hill Medical, Barnstable Adult Community Center, Hyannis Conference Center, Wilkins Medical Center, and Trinity Christian Academy. The Hyannis Crosstown also connects with Plymouth and Brockton, Peter Pan Bus Line, and our major Cape Cod RTA routes, like the Sea Line, H2O, Barnstable Villager, and the Sandwich Line at the Hyannis Transportation Center. The Hyannis Crosstown operates Monday through Saturday and changes to 7 days a week during our summer season from late June through Labor Day. The Barnstable Villager travels from the Hyannis Transportation Center to the courthouse in Barnstable Village. Stops along this route include the Cape Cod Gateway Airport, the Cape Cod Mall, Panera Bread, Harbor Community Health Center, the Festival Mall, Liberty Square, Cape Cod 5 Headquarters, and Cape Cod Community College before heading to Barnstable Village and the Courthouse Complex. In addition, the Villager offers an express route to the college, departing the HTC at 8:30 a.m. and arriving at the college at 8:45 during weekdays of the fall and spring sessions. The Barnstable Villager runs Monday through Saturday and changes in late June through Labor Day to 7 days a week. You can schedule on-request pickup at popular spots like the Cape Cod YMCA, BJ's Wholesale Club, Wilkins Medical Center, and Barnstable Harbor. You can ride from Hyannis to Orleans on the bus route known as the H2O line. It makes more than 20 stops between Hyannis and Orleans and runs Monday through Saturday, changing to 7 days a week in late June through Labor Day. If you're headed to West or South Yarmouth, Dennis, Harwich, Harwichport, Chatham, or Orleans, we're going your way. Flag us down wherever it's safe. Our drivers are well trained to assist individuals with disabilities, adults over 60, and young riders. There is one on-request stop at the Orleans District Court. The H2O is the regularly scheduled bus service traveling down Route 28 between Hyannis and Orleans. The Sea Line provides regularly scheduled service from the Hyannis Transportation Center to the Woods Hole Docks, Monday through Saturday, and changes to 7 days a week in late June through Labor Day. The Sea Line travels along Route 28 with stops in Centerville and Osterville, Mashpee Commons, Falmouth Stop and Shop, Falmouth Mall, Falmouth Center, Falmouth Hospital, and the Falmouth Bus Terminal with its last stop in Woods Hole. Connections to the Bourne Run are available at Mashpee Commons. On-request stops are available for the Barnstable Adult Community Center, Boys and Girls Club of Mashpee, Rogers Outpatient Center, Bramble Bush, Falmouth Courthouse, and Homeport. Want to get to Bourne from Mashpee? The Bourne Run is the regularly scheduled service with over 10 stops between the Buzzards Bay train station and Mashpee Commons, including Market Basket, Continental Housing, Bourne Oaks, Bourne Council on Aging, Mass Maritime Academy, Bourne Park and Ride, and Sandwich Road. The Bourne Run offers service Monday through Saturday and changes to 7 days a week in late June through Labor Day, with connections for the Sea Line at Mashpee Commons. On-request stops are available for Gallo Ice Arena, Schooner Pass, Southport Adult Community, Roland Finney Place, and Cape Cod Senior Residences. The Sandwich Line is the regularly scheduled service from the Buzzards Bay train station and travels down 6A through historical Sandwich and onto Hyannis. The Sandwich Line runs Monday through Saturday and changes to 7 days a week in late June through Labor Day, every other hour beginning at 6:30 a.m. with connections available to additional Cape Cod RTA routes at the Hyannis Transportation Center. Stops include Market Basket, Canal View Apartments, Sagamore Park and Ride, Bourne Scenic Park, Bourne Community Center, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay, Hampton Inn Hotel, Bourne Town Hall, and the Buzzards Bay train station at Mass Maritime Academy. On-request stops are available for Cape Cod Military Support Foundation. This route also has transfer options to Peter Pan and Plymouth and Brockton bus lines at the Sagamore Park and Ride and the Hyannis Transportation Center. The Flex Bus travels from Harwich to Provincetown Monday through Saturday and changes to 7 days a week in late June through Labor Day. The Flex is unique because it flexes off its route up to 3/4 of a mile by reservation. There are up to 2 deviations allowed per trip. If you'd like to schedule a deviation, you must make your reservations at least 2 hours in advance of requested scheduled pickup. The fare for a deviation is $4 or $2 for adults over 60 and people with disabilities. You can make your reservation by calling the Cape Cod RTA customer service line at 800-352-7155. On-request locations are available on the Flex route. Locations include Long Nook Road at Route 6, Wellfleet Cumberland Farms, Brownie's Cabins at Route 6, Willie's Gym in Eastham, the Nauset Middle and High Schools, Cape View Motel, Orleans District Courthouse. You can schedule your on-request pickup by calling Cape Cod RTA customer service at 800-352-7155. The Flex has connections to the H2O in Orleans and at the Star Market in Harwich. The Cape Cod RTA wants to make sure everyone can use its services. That's why the Cape Cod RTA has made it a priority to include ADA transportation services. ADA service is the door-to-door shared ride transportation service for passengers who meet the ADA eligibility requirements and cannot use the Cape Cod RTA fixed route service. Applications are available on the Cape Cod RTA website, capecodrta.org. ADA services are available the same days and hours of operation as fixed route services. Fares are $2.50 per route traveled. Dial-A-Ride Transportation, or DART, is a door-to-door, ride-by-reservation service. This service is open to all residents and visitors for any purpose. It is available in all 15 Cape Towns and operates Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. DART fares are $3 for adults and $1.50 for adults over 60 and individuals with disabilities. You can purchase a 20-ride DART pass that offers a 25% discount or 5 free rides. A regular DART pass is $45 or $22.50 for adults over 60 and people with disabilities. Have important doctor visits in Boston? We've got you covered with our Boston Hospital Transportation Program. The Boston Hospital Transportation Program operates Monday through Thursday and gives riders access to all major Boston area hospitals. Pickup locations include Wellfleet, Eastham, Orleans, Harwich, Barnstable, and Sagamore. Schedule your doctor's appointments between 10 and 2 Monday through Thursday. Reservations are required, and the fare is $30 for a round trip or $15 one way. The Cape Cod RTA adds additional services from late June through Labor Day. The summer routes make stops at several beaches and popular tourist destinations. Spending the day in Falmouth? The Whoosh Trolley in Falmouth runs 7 days a week in late June through Labor Day. The Whoosh Trolley travels between the Falmouth Mall and Woods Hole. Riders can use the Whoosh Trolley to get to the Falmouth Plaza, the Falmouth Library, the Falmouth Village Green, the Shining Sea Bike Path, Woods Hole restaurants, the Steamship Authority ferries to Martha's Vineyard, and many other Falmouth shops and restaurants. Taking your bike with you? That's no problem. The Cape Cod RTA offers a bike rack on the trolley. The Whoosh Trolley is also a great way to connect with the Sea Line route that goes to Hyannis. The Whoosh Trolley offers free connection service to and from the Sea Line at the Falmouth Mall. You can pay for the Whoosh Trolley with exact change using dollar bills or coins only. The Hyannis Trolley is a great way to experience all the highlights of Hyannis. The Hyannis Trolley runs 7 days a week from 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. every 30 to 40 minutes in late June through Labor Day. The Hyannis Trolley begins at the Hyannis Transportation Center, travels down Main Street, C Street, then onto Calmus and Veteran Beaches on Ocean Street, Nantucket Street, Old Colony Way, and Lewis Bay Road. The Hyannis Trolley also offers transportation to the Cape Cod Irish Village at Emerald Resort at the West End Rotary. All you have to do is let the driver know when you hop aboard. Popular Hyannis Trolley stops include the Highline Ferry Docks, Main Street Hyannis, Asselton Park, the High Arts Shanties in 2 locations at Hyannis Harbor, Cape Cod Maritime Museum, the JFK Hyannis Museum, and the Kennedy Memorial. You can use the Provincetown North Truro shuttle to get to McMillan Pier from the Paramount Performing Arts Center in Truro, with stops like the North Truro camping area, Herring Cove Beach, and the Provincetown Airport. The shuttle runs 7 days a week, every 30 minutes in each direction from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. from late June through Labor Day, and weekends until the end of September. Visitors to the area often use the shuttle to access Race Point, Beach Forest, and the Province Lands Visitors Center. Want to head to Cape Cod over the summer? You can skip bridge traffic on the Cape Flyer. The Cape Flyer is a seasonal train service that takes you from Boston's South Station all the way to Hyannis. Plus, you'll get to see views on the Cape Flyer that you won't see sitting on Route 6 in traffic. The Cape Flyer runs on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from Memorial Day through Labor Day, with additional trains on holiday weekends. So now you know why we say, the Cape Cod RTA, we're going your way.
Hi, hon. I really need a ride to the pharmacy today.
Yikes, Mom, I can't today. But the Cape Cod RTA Smart Dart is their door-to-door ride service, and it's only $3 per trip. Smart Dart can take you anywhere in town, even the beach.
Well, Smart Dart it is.
Smart Dart is available in your Cape Cod town. Check out capecodrta.org to learn more about schedules, download the app, and ride today. We're going your way.
So we're going to pass out the schedules that are currently in effect. So if you can take a look at them, if you have any questions, you can go over them with you.
So what we passed out is our latest fall winter. We just went into effect right after Labor Day of our schedule. It has all the routes that were explained in the video. But I was going to go over real shortly on how to ride our system. So this is the C line. If you turn to the C line, this is the nearest. This is the line that goes right down Main Street for you. So if you were, here's where we are, the public library. So if you were to pick the public library, these numbers here are if you want to go on Next Bus is an app. That would you just put the number here, and it'll tell you where our next bus is. That's going to be approaching the Falmouth Library. But you would just plan your day. Say you just we're going. Well, this one says Hyannis to Woods Hole. So if you were in Hyannis and wanted to get home, then you would get to Hyannis. You would, depending on the times you want to start your trip. Say you want to take the 9:30 out of Hyannis Transportation Center, and then it will make all these stops and say you want to come to the library. Then it would get you to the library around 10:36. Yeah, 10:36. So that's you just follow it left to right and then go down, and it would be the same way on the opposite side. If you want to come down.
Little update, I just called it the Next Bus. That was the old name, but the new name is the Go app. So you'll find a QR code right over there. So if you wanted to download it on your phone, that will track the bus from where it is. And like for the scene where it says Next Bus stop number, it's now called Go app. But those numbers will tell you exactly which location it is and when you'll get there. So it gives you estimated times if you put that app on your phone, but it's now called Go app, no longer called Next Bus. But that's the QR code is right on the flyer they gave you if you wanted to download that.
So if you,
Okay, but when you have something general like Woods Hole, is there a place in Woods Hole that you see a sign that says CRTA stop or something?
yeah, there is a, right in front of the, where you buy the tickets to go in to catch the bus, there is a bus stop sign. There is a bus shelter there.
Right at the steamship.
Right at the Steamship Authority.
Okay, so you go to the Steamship Authority, so, all right, so these are the fixed stops that you have.
These are our fixed stops.
Okay.
Okay, so all our fixed stops, so even though like, these are our designated stops, okay? So the reason why we have these stops is to tell you when the bus is going to come by at that time. And if we rode the bus today, we would have been on time. So, so it gives the operator time to be around 7:42, so the operator, you know, is not running ahead of schedule. So it does slow down the bus to make sure passengers are able to catch the bus. Okay, so even in between two designated stops, as the video stated, we have a flag stop. You can just raise your hand, say, right here at the Falmouth Light area, you go out to Main Street, and the bus is coming by, you, depending on which way direction you travel, you're going, you just wave the bus, and the bus will slow down, pick you up, and take you where you're going to go. You don't have to be at the designated stop. The only way you have to be in the designated stop is not in this area, it's in the Provincetown area, from Provincetown to Orleans, because that's considered a major highway. So we don't stop on highways, so, you know. So, but anyway, if you're in between stops, just wave your hand and they'll pick you up. Or if you want to get off in between stops, just tell the operator where you want to get off, and they'll let you off wherever it's safe to do so. Did you have a question about that?
If they get to a stop ahead of the scheduled time, you wait to leave there to get back on schedule?
Yeah, they wait, yeah.
And I noticed that, I live on St. Mark's Road, that used to be a scheduled stop. Is there any place to find out what the numbers are of stops that you don't list on the schedule anymore? Because
stops
I
on
use
those-
the Next Bus app, and they tell me to go to Clippership Apartments as the crow flies down a steep embankment through a little industrial area behind Overshun Hardware, and that's really
Well,
not the closest.
that's where your stop used to be.
Well, it was St. Mark's Road and
Okay.
the 28, not.
So you could just come out to 28 and that would be considered a flag stop. You don't have to
I
go
understand that, I was asking you, is there
Flag
any
stop
way
is
to find out
anywhere.
what that number is so that you can enter it in the app to get more specific information?
These are reference points, so there isn't actually, flag stops don't have numbers, because flag stop is pretty much anywhere. Anywhere that's a safe location where you can flag them down, so those don't have numbers, because that's anywhere on the Cape that the bus goes by, that's not a designated stop. Like I said, those are reference points, those towns are reference points. So if you wanted to get somewhere between, so you're saying Clippership Apartments, and it's going towards Dunkin' Donuts, you could get that as a reference point, and if you were somewhere between the Clippership and East Falmouth Dunkin' Donuts, you could flag them down, but there isn't a number for it because.
Well, I thought you mentioned entering a specific number. That's-
Yes, for
That's-
the ones that are actually stops, but flag stops don't have numbers because they can be anywhere. Flag stop is anywhere that you wave the bus
It
down.
used to be on the schedule with a number.
Yeah, they changed
Yes.
it. They changed it.
That's why I was asking you if there was any way to find out what the number
But
is.
the old,
even though
if
you
there
don't
was an
list
old
it.
number for that actual St. Mark's stop, it will no longer be in there because it's not considered a stop on the guide. So that's why you won't find that number.
Is there a map somewhere that will show that this is all following Route 28 or this is following?
It's
Does
right,
it say-
it's right in the
Right on the
center,
front page,
right in the front page.
right here.
We have all the
Okay, numbers
schedule.
on these routes?
The numbers that you'll see are right on the side here.
No, this is, okay, I know, 'cause I've seen the bus, if I were to found the public library, it says Main Street, so that would suit, that, you know, that entrance is on that. You say Falmouth Mall, well, Falmouth Mall could be anywhere,
But
and
Falmouth,
within it.
Falmouth Mall, we stop in between Walmart and.
Okay,
It's not the bus shelter.
It's not like,
Falmouth Mall has
unless you're
three.
driving by and seeing these places, is there some place that has more details? If I go online, will it have more detail?
No, it would just tell you what
You'll
this
see
is.
the same.
If you go on our website, it's gonna be right in there.
So if I'm going from Walkway to Eastham, will it tell me that, I know that's 28, so I've seen the bus line going from Main to Town. But to get, when I get to Eastham, I don't know that place, I haven't driven around it. So how would I know where the stops are?
The driver calls them out to let everybody know where they're getting to. Because they're required to, per ADA regulations, call it out for anybody that's visually impaired. Because there's people that ride on the bus that can't see where they're going, so they have to call it out to assist.
But if you're not on the
What
bus,
you do is, on the legend, it'll show you anything that has a little house next to it means there's a bus shelter in that location.
So you're looking for about bus shelters, not
Yes.
just open space.
No, and like I said, drivers will call out where they get, as they're driving down 28, they'll yell out South Cape Village just before they get to that location. So somebody can, pull the string, ring the bell and let
Okay,
them.
so someone's gonna meet me to pick me up at a specific spot in Eastham.
Yeah.
I tell them to go find the shelter for the bus, for the CCRT bus.
You could tell them the location and it, help
I don't
you
know the
out.
location, it just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would tell your person that's picking you up what's the nearest location on your schedule. Let's say if you're going somewhere near the National Seashore, you would tell them to pick you up at the National Seashore Center.
Well, that's very specific.
Yeah,
But if it says just Eastham, but it's on
so
six
you would,
A.
you would, it's on 6A, but you would definitely need to know where you're going so you can tell the person where.
But I've never been there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So then you would have to keep doing a little research of where you're going.
But there's nothing on your website that would be more specific?
You could call our 800 number and get our dispatchers and tell them your specific question where you want to go, and they'll tell you what you need to do.
And if you want to tell the driver as you're getting on, if you
Yeah.
know the location you're going, let them know somebody's gonna meet me at this location. They'll be aware of it, so they'll know to, if you're sitting there, they can say, hey, didn't you want to get out at this location? So they work with anybody that's a passenger on the bus to help them get to the location they're getting.
Can I ask a question about DART?
Okay? Frank, should I do the dart?
Sometimes I have to go to a medical appointment in Sandwich up on Route 130, and because it's for my eyes, I don't want to drive. So how do I use the DART to get from Falmouth to the ophthalmologist up on Route 130?
So you would call the 800 number on here and you speak to somebody that would schedule trips. Have you taken the DART before?
I tried to recently, but I think I was too late to get into it for the day.
Okay, yeah, because it has to be by 12 o'clock the day prior to be able to get your appointment for the next day. You can set it up weeks in advance or months in advance even, but if it's the day before,
Right.
it has to be prior to the 12th because that's when the schedule shuts down and they load the trips for the manifest for the buses for the next day. So you have called before you register in the system. They can book the trip for you. They'll tell you when to be ready to be picked up to get you to your location on time. So obviously they'll pick you up earlier than your appointment time to make sure they get you to your appointment on time. But you do have to call at least by noontime the day or the business day prior to get you to that location.
And how about the return trip?
They can book that at the same time.
Okay.
And for some reason your appointment goes over and you can't get the trip back because say your appointment's supposed to end at 1 and they don't end until 1:45 because the doctor is busy. You call that 1-800 number again, you let the dispatcher know, hey, I'm supposed to be picked up at 1 o'clock. I'm not gonna be able to leave this appointment until at least 1:45. The doctor hasn't seen me yet. They'll schedule a different bus and they'll change the manifest of another bus to pick you up and take you to your location. So they won't leave you stranded. We take you somewhere, we're gonna bring you back. We won't leave you stranded. But for some reason, something happens, they'll rearrange it to get you back to your home.
Excellent, thank you.
Does that work the same for, like, I noticed the closest pickup point for Boston is in Sagamore. So would you call DART to get you from Falmouth to Sagamore?
To Sagamore to meet the Boston
And
Hospital
then
bus.
round trip?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, you can take a DART to locations to meet the Boston Hospital bus, and then when they bring you back from Boston and drop you off at the parking lot, you'll have one booked to get you back to your home. Yes,
Or here, the nearest one is Sagamore.
Sagamore is the nearest to here. You had a question?
You said if you're on the bus, the driver can tell you where these stops are and will tell you. If
Yes.
you're not on the bus, how do you find out where the stops are? Each of these, in my mind, each of these stops, for all your stops on your website should be clickable, and you'll see a little map showing you specifically where the stop is. The Falmouth Mall, there's 3 entrances to it. which way is the bus gonna go into there? I walked from Homeport down to get the bus there. I didn't know which way it was gonna go in. If I knew, I could make sure I was on part of Route 28 that it was actually gonna go by, as opposed to part of it might skip. I tried calling up and asking. The people I spoke to were clueless as to the specific route that the bus actually takes. Didn't even realize there was more than one entrance to the mall. If you're at a stop such as Homeport, that's on request stop, fine, you're on the bus, you can ask to be dropped off there. When you're ready to come back, how do you get picked up there?
You would,
Go ahead.
you would call the 800 number to have them pick you up at Homeport, but you would tell them where you are at Homeport, and they'll pick you up where you're at.
So they're gonna drive all around the 3 blocks worth of Homeport?
Well, it depends where
The
you are.
offices are there?
Well, it
I
depends
mean, that's
where
why I'm
you
saying
are.
specific locations are not indicated by your system, and it seems your
Yeah.
phone people don't know them.
Okay, well, I'll bring that up to the person that does the scheduling, that creates the schedule, but these are just a guide point to get you to your nearest stop.
What's whole is a village? It doesn't tell me this exact point is where the bus stop is. And many of those things are equally vague.
Uh-huh. Okay, we'll bring that up to the person that does the scheduling. Go ahead.
Am I correct in thinking from what I saw and what you said, the only way to get from Falmouth to Sagamore is by dark? If you're hoping to go on the medical trip, the only way to get from, there's no
Probably go to Hyannis to Sagamore, and then
There's no
True.
transportation between Falmouth and Sagamore.
From no transportation from, Falmouth, Sagamore.
No, you'd have to take several different routes, so you'd be better off using the dock.
Got dark.
You'd be backtracking almost to get onto a bus to go to that location, so that would take hours, so.
I thought you had a bus from the ferry terminal, but I think that's the Falmouth Senior Center that does it. But I have a different question on the Cape Flyer. In your medium to long range plan, is there any thought of having reverse trips for people who live here who might like to go to Boston?
That was just brought up at our board meeting last week.
Yes.
And so they are taking that into consideration, so they are looking into that.
That would be
I agree
excellent.
with you.
I like that.
I would
idea.
like
to go
Yeah,
Excellent.
we've mentioned that, and actually, like in front of Sandy, they actually mentioned that at the board meeting last week, which, you know, somebody that has that concern, I'd love to have that trip in the other direction myself personally. so.
And the other thing is we also have to work with the MBTA, because the MBTA runs that train service to the Cape.
I'm glad I mentioned it because it gives you a little element in your arsenal to say,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh,
somebody asked
absolutely,
about that.
yeah.
Right.
I do 90% of the driving to Boston, so I would love to have that service myself.
I have 2 questions. First of all, I've seen a bee bus around. Is that part of you?
That's the dark bus, that's
Oh,
what
that is the
they-
dark
It
bus.
used to, years ago, we called it the bee bus, it just, for a few years, we called it the dark bus, but that's exactly what it's, bee bus.
Okay. Secondly, Serta came to the Falmouth Senior Center not too long ago, and we all signed up for a go-kart.
Yeah.
And we were told that it was free for us now with the go-kart. Now, that video you just showed you that you could put money onto the go-kart. Why would we need to?
Because if I have a go-kart, I'm not free because I'm under 60 and I'm not an individual with a disability. People that are over 60 and people with disabilities, individuals with disabilities are free. I'm under 60, so if I get myself a go-kart, it's the same as what they used to call the Charlie cards, which we shared with the MBTA. Now we have our own. They went to a different system and we went to the go-kart. I can get one of those cards, and because mine was not free, I have to load money onto it, so instead of bringing cash with me, I just tap that.
Is
like
the
a-
card different? I mean,
Same card, it
Same
just
card.
it knows,
do they know that we're over 60?
yes.
And
Yes,
that's my
It-
question.
all your information gets basically put on the card because it's a transportation system. So they'll know that yours has, that's why they have seniors and individuals with disabilities go there, so they can put your picture on it, and that can be yours.
Right.
I can get a generic one because I don't get any discounts. Mine won't have any information other than I gotta put money on it and I have to tap it to
Okay,
pay.
so they are a little different.
They are a little different, yes. The go-karts that you would receive would be like an ID almost. That would be your card. I could take mine, load money on it, and hand it off to her so she can use it instead of me.
Now,
So it's
it
just
says it's free for just the fixed routes, is that what you're saying?
correct.
And what are your fixed routes? All the ones that are listed in here?
In this, yeah.
Yes.
This-
Anything except for DART or Smart DART
Yeah.
and the Boston Hospital. Those are the three that are paratransit. So those are a little bit of a different system. But as far as the fixed routes, are the ones you see on here for scheduled routes. And those are all we try to do.
That clears it
Can
up.
you use a Charlie card on the CCRTA system?
As of right now, once we're transitioning over to the Go cards, once that transition happens, the Charlie cards will be gone.
You had a question there,
If I want to get to the Cape Cod Hospital from Falmouth, do I take the Sea Line and then
Yes.
transfer to Crosstown?
No, the Falmouth Hospital, you just take just the Sea Line. The Crosstown is in the Hyannis area. So the Sea Line will get you to Falmouth Hospital.
But to Cape Cod Hospital from here?
Oh, in Hyannis, I'm sorry, yes. You would take the Sea Line to the Hyannis Transportation Center, then you would take the H2O, would actually be the one that you would take to Cape Cod Hospital
Okay,
from the Hyannis Transportation Center.
okay,
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
they basically meet at the same time and leave at the same time. Say if you ride at the Hyannis Transportation Center at 12:30, okay, the H2O will leave at 12:30 too. They all leave at the same time. And yours will be a short trip to the hospital, like the next stop is the
It's the
hospital.
And
first
they,
stop.
the drivers coordinate so the
Yeah,
H2O would
it's
wait
all-
for the.
Yeah,
You can let the Sea Line driver know,
Oh,
I'm trying to meet the H2O so I can go to Cape Cod Hospital. They'll radio right over to
Got
them
it.
to say, so say they're running late because of traffic, they can radio to the other driver, hey, H2O out of Hyannis Transportation Center at 12:30. I need you to hold for about 5 minutes. I have somebody that wants to transfer you to go to the hospital. And they'll work with you. So if you communicate with the drivers, they'll work with you to help get you where you're going.
excellent, thank you.
I have another question. I live out in, way out of town, near 151. So if I were to try and get a bus, I would have to call, dial a ride, right, in order to get to wherever the buses ride?
Or you could get that app, they were talking about the Smart Dart. If you live way off, away from any type of area that you can fly the bus down, you could take get the app on your phone. It's kind of the same idea as like an Uber and Lyft type of ride hail. So you could book a trip, they would pick you up at your house, bring you to a location where whether it be a bus stop or a designated stop, or somewhere you say, hey, drop me off here because I know the bus goes by here. And you can just flag them down. But and once you do that, that's a free transfer. With like we were talking about the Go cards, that doesn't count for the Smart Dart. You pay a $3 fare, but they'll get you from your house if you live way off of the route to the route, so you can either fly them down or an actual bus shelter that you could wait for the bus.
and the Smart Dart, you don't have to book 2 days in advance.
No,
You can
no.
just pull out your phone now and book your trip, and they'll tell you just like an Uber, when's your next bus should arrive to pick you up, and you have the option to accept the trip or not accept the trip.
That's for same day. We had
Same day.
talked about the 12 o'clock the day prior for the Dart.
Right,
Smart
right.
Dart's totally different service. Pick up if I wanted one to be picked up, I put the information in, click, and then I would kind of watch the guesstimate, kind of a map on when it was gonna get here. Then I'd just go wait for it, they'd pick me up and take me to the location that I plugged into my phone, which is within 10 miles. So you get a good distance to be able to get to the location you're trying to get to.
So my go-kart wouldn't apply to that?
That wouldn't apply to that
I
one.
would have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Correct. The Dart, Smart Dart, and the Boston Hospital Transportation are different than the Go-Kart.
But I get a discount because I'm old.
Yes, not because you're old, because you're a senior. Senior doesn't mean old.
Yeah, you're climbing up there, right?
Jessica?
I have a question about Is there you mentioned a train that leaves from where to where? Does that train go into Boston?
That's just in our summer route. That's what she was explaining. Our Cape Flyer. Cape Flyer just comes from Boston to the Cape, and then it returns back to Boston, and then it comes back later and takes the people back.
So could we? Where does it come into? Falmouth? Is it coming to Falmouth?
The most place that comes here is next to Falmouth is
There's the, off Cape, there's the, by Mass Maritime, the train bridge. They're at that location, but they have the Bourne Rec area is the closest to this area. The Bourne Rec area, which is right off of Sandwich Road, it's right under the Bourne Bridge. And then after that, it goes to Hyannis Transportation Center. Those are the three closest to the Cape for pickups and drop-offs.
Okay, I'm just interested in either a train or a bus that'll take me from Falmouth directly into Boston.
To Boston.
Yeah, that won't happen for years from now.
That's what we were talking about, that we would love to see
We'd
that.
love to see that.
I'd like to see that daily. I'd
Well,
like to see it
even if,
back and forth.
even if they took you halfway from Falmouth to Boston,
Yeah,
and then you
one time,
got
yeah.
on another
Right.
way to travel from that point
Right.
into Boston.
That's a
wouldn't
very
be bad.
popular question, as a matter of fact, so.
Let's get a popular answer.
Yes,
Peter Pan goes from the
thank you.
bus station
Yeah,
here
Peter Pan
to
takes
South
you,
Station.
yeah, I've used it for the airport,
Yep.
go to Logan, yeah.
Well, not only did we go to Boston, but you went to New Hampshire too, but the train line, but we
Yeah,
gave up
that
the
is-
train when we took the bike, why we didn't do it parallel, we gave up that route,
Yeah.
so.
I mean,
So
that-
Jessica, you had a question?
Yes, back to the go-kart carts, I was wondering if those also work for the whoosh trolley during the summertime?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yes. As of right now, because the Whoosh trolley is they have a valve system that is not electronic, so you can't tap your card, you have to put cash in. But when you get on, if you have a go-kart, you just show them the go-kart, and you would not have to put a fare in the box. They were just designated as a free fare for a go-kart. You have an electronic system that they just document it so that it shows ridership, but you don't have to bring cash. You just show your go-kart, and the Whoosh trolley would qualify for that also, because that's
And-
part of the fixed route.
And the Whoosh trolley will not be operating until the Friday before Memorial Day. So by that time, it will have an electronic system, and you'll be able to tap then. But if this past summer, you just had to show your card.
So,
Applying for a go-kart, do you still need to go into Hyannis?
No, I brought some applications, they're back there. You just have to fill it out and send the applications to the Hyannis Transportation Center.
But to get the picture on it, you need like a passport picture or something?
There you need a picture, or it's like we wouldn't have a picture on it, you know. I don't think that you're required to have a picture, but you can have a picture on it.
Well, I thought you
a
said
picture.
to get it
Yeah,
for free, you need, it's gotta be a
Yeah.
picture on it.
but there's the application right there. That's it, the whole thing.
Yes,
So you don't need to go into Hyannis
you
anymore?
do not, no.
Because last summer you said you
Yeah.
needed to make.
They may send,
That's
you have to send a picture in, right?
We tried to make it a lot easier because it was difficult to get everybody to be able to do it. They might be able to get.
You had a question?
yes, I have one of these cards,
Yeah,
that they've already done for me, but I'm not sure what I can use in it. It's just,
can you turn it around? Yeah, that's the go-kart. So you're all set.
okay, so I can get on,
Email it.
different,
You just show the operator your go-kart and ride the train.
okay, thank you.
And if you want to, if I have one of those cards that, because the senior center offers that training, which is really helpful.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If I want to use the Dart, I should load some money into my card.
No, your Dart is different. The Dart is different from the go-kart. You would have to register 2 days in advance to do a Dart ride.
Okay.
Okay, and then you would pay.
Pay in cash.
And they do have discount, if you ride Dart a lot, they are discount passes.
Okay.
You ask the driver. for
Dart is dial-a-ride?
Dart,
Okay.
yeah.
And the
And
data
that,
right there.
that requires advance notice.
Yes, that's when you'd have to call it to schedule. And they
So who
actually,
is it that I can just call and say I need to go to blah, blah, blah?
The 800 number
the
on the
800 number
brochure.
on
Oh,
here,
okay.
it'll
But
let you
that's
know.
not called DART.
It is the system that you would be calling scheduling, which is the DART system.
Start.
Oh,
Just tell them
okay.
what you.
So it's just two different
Yeah.
ways that DART works.
Yeah, so there's DART and there's Smart DART. So the Smart DART is the one that you do electronically on your phone, and the regular DART is the one that you have to call in and schedule that way.
Ahead of time.
Ahead of time, correct, at least by noontime the day prior, or the business day prior.
So Smart DART is if I get an appointment that I need to go to.
Smart DART would be best if it was something that you didn't have an appointment for, something that came up today.
Yes.
That you want to go to the mall or to a store or shopping, you could hear it right away. You decided today, I want to go today instead of waiting till Wednesday. You can get on the Smart DART, have them do it that day. You don't have to schedule an appointment.
Okay.
The DART is if you want to make an appointment for a doctor's appointment that you know a week in advance, a month in advance, 6 months in advance for that matter.
The
You can
previous,
schedule it.
by the previous day at noon.
The previous business day by noon. So if you're scheduling something for Monday, you have to call Friday by noontime. Other than that, it's throughout the week, the day before by noontime, because the schedule gets shut off at 12 so that they can load all the manifests for the next day.
Got it.
So I wanted to explain on our hospital bus before we end here. Okay, the one that Frank passed out about our hospital bus where you catch it at Sagamore. Okay, you turn in the back, if you book your trips between 10 and 11, and it gives you the hospitals we go to, majority, all the hospitals there, you just have to book within this time, and we'll guarantee you to be at your appointment at that time. When you do take our hospital bus, the operator will give you a card, a telephone number. When you're finished with your appointment, you'll call him or her up, and they'll tell you when they're gonna be back at that same hospital to pick you up. We try to leave Boston by 2:33, so we beat the traffic, and we try to get you back here by 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. So this will give you kind of an idea of when to book your trips if you're going to a certain hospital. Anybody have any final question? Well, thank you, it's been enjoyable.
Thank you.
If you have any other questions, feel free to call us.